What's up y'all, Lee here, and I think we all can agree that 2020 has been a real experience for a lot of us, but no more so than those of us graduating in the year of perfect eyesight, where proms have been delayed and graduations have been cancelled altogether. And for those of us heading into college, things have been changing on the daily, though no change is more important than the transition from an in-person classroom to an online environment. Now with that being said, I am Lee, I am an upcoming freshman, and here are my thoughts on online classes. If you like what you hear, let me know, check out one of my other videos, I do talk about a lot of things, and let's go ahead and get into it. So to really go ahead and begin, what do I mean by online classes? Well, there are three different types of online classes: asynchronous, where classes do not meet in real time, interaction is held in blogs and discussion boards, and students work at their own pace through set deadlines. Synchronous is what most people may think whenever I say online classrooms, Zoom meetings and Skype calls held in real time, group work in breakout rooms, and assignments completed during these calls, essentially what an online classroom may sound like. And hybrid, which is a mix of in-person and online learning. Now what can we really expect while taking these? I'm an incoming freshman and already my class schedule has been changed to reflect mostly online classes, say minus an hour or two to go to engineering fundamentals. I could pretty much just stay home the entire time, but I just can't make the drive back and forth. Well, I have had the lucky experience of taking a few classes through dual enrollment, which if you're still in high school you should look into, but most classes have been online: sociology, philosophy, statistics, and part of general chemistry. Now if you noticed, half of those classes are Gen Ed, which in my experience, if you have the chance to do them online, go ahead and do them online. Not to really put a damper on Gen Ed courses, but so long as you read the book and can write a good essay, you'll have a good chance of passing those classes with an A. Now the other half, statistics and chemistry, are a completely different story. You may think it's all fine and I could just Google all the answers, which, let's be honest, you probably could, but good luck finding the answer to some random chemistry question about how many moles of a substance a reaction yields at 11 p.m. at night. It's not necessarily fun, and the only thing that you're going to see is check and Brainly, and restricted answers behind a paywall. Now, most of these classes were asynchronous. I had all the time in the world to work on them so long as I got them done. Again, for sociology, philosophy, hell, maybe even English composition, it's fine so long as you have good time management skills. You'll be great, you'll be fine so long as you don't need to use any math, any hands-on experience, or something similar to that. You're good to go ahead and take it online in my experience. But if it's anything related to your actual course, classes that you need to take to complete your degree, do them in a classroom, because chances are doing them online isn't going to make you any better at what you're doing. Another thing to think about whenever you are taking online classes is to still look at the course hours these classes are going to have. It may be all fun and nice to sit at home and do these classes online on your computer, but still have a good management of your course hours and the workload that you can handle. A good rule of thumb that I was always told, and that I am still told today, I can't really get away from it since I am a freshman going in, is for every course hour a class has, spend at least 3 hours at home studying it. Of course, that can really vary. If you're taking English composition and can write a good essay, of course you don't really need to study, but if you're taking calculus, you may have to study a little bit. And again, with all that really being said, make sure you can actually handle it. And I don't necessarily just mean the time management or the studying or the workload behind everything, but I mean the fact that depending on the types of classes that you are taking and your class schedule, you may be cooped up in one place for a very long time. I got a good glimpse of that whenever I took a summer program through my college. Of course, it was supposed to be on campus, but then everything happened and they switched it online. So that's fine, that's cool, and that's completely fun. I can handle being on a computer for a couple of hours a day, there's no problem in that. The problem came whenever the class schedule came out to me. From 9 a.m. to 9 at night, I was to be in front of my computer, of course given a couple of breaks throughout the day, but I was to be in front of my computer learning pre-calculus and engineering fundamentals for a good chunk of my day. And it wasn't just a week, it was about 2.5 weeks I had to do this. Of course, it was a fun experience. I got to learn a whole concept of new things that I never knew before, and I got a good glimpse into the coursework that I actually would be taking. But with all that being said, if you're taking the ACT or the SAT or whatever that may be, do a good job on it. Take it seriously, because the last thing that you want to do is have to retake these tests 3 times in a row just to get a good enough math score, the minimum math score to get into your college, and then be stuck doing a summer program online, learning pre-calculus and engineering fundamentals over the course of 2.5 weeks, so you can get bumped out of a bridge math course. So to go ahead and really bring everything back together, if you are going to college and if you are having to make that transition from taking an in-person class to an online class, just make sure that you read everything. You read the syllabus, you read the course description, you make sure you have a good grasp of what exactly you'd be going over in the class before you make that decision upon whether or not, oh, I just want to take it in person with it being heavily restricted, or if I just want to take it online and have a little bit of free time in my day to do what I want, and taking the course at hopefully your own pace. If it's a gen ed course, chances are you'll probably be able to handle everything online. Hell, you can probably even advance further into the class and get a good grasp on everything well beyond what it would normally take in a normal classroom experience. But if it is a course that is required for your degree that's not a gen ed course, try and get it to where you can take it in person or maybe a hybrid, so you can really get a good grasp on what you need to do, what you need to learn, and how you can remember that for your next set of classes, either next semester or next year, however college is going to play out for us. 2020 has been one hell of a year. 2020 is really going to test a lot of us, especially those of us going into college. I know that many people already have had interviews and co-ops and all this disrupted because of what's going on, and everything is really just being turned on top of its head. So until we can really get a good grasp on what we should know, what we need to expect going into everything, try and understand and get a good grasp of your coursework, of your courses, and what you need to do to prepare, whether or not they are online, or if it's going to be a heavily restricted in-person class. So with all that really being said, I believe that it is time for me to get going. If you enjoyed this video, I hope I shine some light on what you need to really expect whenever going into these classes, and how you can really best prepare whenever going into these classes. And if you enjoyed this video and you did learn a thing or two, tell me down below. I would love to hear your feedback. Leave me a like, subscribe, maybe check out one of my videos. I do talk about a lot of things. I am a Walmart cashier, so I am on the front lines of a lot of the mask debate, the coin shortage, and a hell of a lot more. But I will go ahead and see you in the next video. Peace.